Oh, Jeremy. Well, Jeremy Soul is our composer. He did work on the original Guild Wars series as well. And he just did fantastic. You heard that opening sequence for the new trailer. That comes out of the work that we've been doing. To the best of my knowledge, I'm not sure where the choral came from. And I'm gonna hesitate just there because I do know the piano work came from the choral. You know, I think that also comes out of this area, but I'm not sure. Because Ben Miller has been doing it, and Bree has been dealing with Jeremy for the past year or so. So I was there early on, and they got to watch him swap for other work. Jeremy? Still, I think we got the bulk of it. I think we still are owed some, but you know, I don't know. That I don't know. I'm very hesitant whenever we say this is equivalent of X number of novels or Y number of feature films, because those are word counts for larger projects that mean other things. The word count, that's a 90,000 word book you've got in your pocket there. You know, how's that compare against a movie? Well, actually, it's more pages and more words, but you're carrying a lot more information like visuals for a movie approach. And I think we're closer to movies, but you know. Yes. Well, actually, see, I did that at Gamescom. So, but yes, that was where we made the big announcement. But yes, the first 2/3 of it is on. We're reviewing it right now as she's writing it, and I'm pretty pleased with what I'm seeing. So. Each of our novels, I mean, the other books, it's a completely new book. Because if we're telling the story of Lion's Arch, we're going back 150 years now.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay. Moving the world, yeah. The dragons sort of pop up every so often for the next 250-year interim. So, but you know, Ghost of Aslan happened a year ago before game time. KGSD was 5 years ago before game time. Now we're making a big jump behind. Because one of the ideas is we want to fill in the bits between then and now. Between Guild Wars 1 and Guild Wars 2. Now, I haven't talked as much as your editor at Fandom since for a couple months now, but I know there is interest in Randy and his family. There's an interest in us doing another series. See what happens. You know, if they're happy with it, we're happy with it, we'll keep going. Milling, so keeping people happy as we wind down, and the demos are just going forever. After this, Gamescom was last week.
Yeah, I know.
And I slept for oh yes, well, it's been a push to get it to this stage because everything we get, we want to make sure it's as polished as possible. I was going through one area and say, wow, that could be polished. I'm glad we're far off in the corner where you have to jump through several hoops to get to it. It was on War Tower that evening.
I have seen a couple of, you know, dead enemies still standing up and gliding around.
The glides. These are things that we are going to, you know, be stomping out. But it's not as bad as some of the stuff that we have to, you know, we want to make sure we have them nice. We want to make this shippable. And a gliding bad guy is still shippable. We can correct that.
That is a big question I have.
But we don't want to do that. We want to try to avoid it.
It doesn't have anything to do with the shipping, but it's like, you know, I love the stuff.
Yeah.
And I know there was a long environmental levels. And it said, well, there's
Wheeling the bunny?
Yeah, wheeling the bunny, building the dead bodies. It's like, you know, yeah,
The Bunny Club.
You know, I can tell you right now, the teenagers want that back.
I know that.
Be able to pick up people's dead bodies.
You know, well, I'm not going to say that's impossible, only because in this demo, you equate the
we're going for
you fight the Ashen Horizon, the undead ship, and it is pulling undead sharks out of the water and throwing them at you.
Oh, that I haven't seen that.
That comes out of something that Bill Fairfield created, yes. The shark gun. He came up with a skill where basically you had the gun, and basically fired, and an undead shark appeared and attacked you. And we said, okay, we can't do that, but we can do this. And that's how we ended up with an undead ship throwing sharks at people.
Hey, grab what's available.
Yeah, the only other one I heard like that was called change the way.
Yes.
Where you can launch cattle.
And that's just, you know, I don't think that
Everybody around the same
underwater
boss
stuff
just
is great.
10 minutes. Doesn't care.
I know that's something that, you know, we're going to do it, we're not sure when, we're not sure how, and it just came through together.
I noticed the abilities look totally different underwater versus the stuff that he's doing on land, so that's kind of cool too.
Well, that was a big design decision because that meant we have to do completely new animation skills.
Right.
As opposed to, I throw a fireball underwater and it looks exactly the same as the fireball I throw on land.
Right, but I mean, it's stuff like that. It's stuff like that that, you know, actually makes a big effect for, at least for people like me. I like to see where the environment has an effect.
If we're going to go underwater, we want to make sure it functions that way.
One thing that always bugs me about MMOs is that how much of an effect are we talking, you know, from the player side? Like if they do something, how permanent is it, or is it just temporary where it's like a lot
What
of
we end up,
other games?
what we wanted to avoid is you fight a monster, 5 minutes later someone else is fighting the
Yeah,
same
exactly.
monster.
That's
What we do is we end up doing chains in
right.
cycles. So you're defending against the centaur, village against the centaurs.
Right.
The centaurs win, the centaurs burn the village. Well, that village will stay destroyed until you retake it from the centaurs.
Okay, that's
okay. But if you retake it, okay, now the centaurs are going to start massing again.
Right.
But you can go out and attack the centaur villages first. So we end up with loops. We don't end up with the same thing happening again and again.
But you end up with similar stuff.
We have movements
Right.
that affect. So you're not stepping in the same river all the time. It's always water. It's never tapioca.
Are there
but
any?
you are having different encounters.
Right. Are there any plans for like permanent stuff, like, you know, worldwide events that players will have an effect on?
And I think one of the reasons is Rift tried that, and it didn't.
Theirs was never permanent, and that was just like.
It created. I think the idea that something has to happen here and now.
Right.
Basically created some difficulties for them, and we could address that particular issue.
Right.
That we would consider it. Permanent changes have a problem in that if you weren't there the day of the permanent change, you missed the boat.
Well, no, I mean like, you know, where the whole world, you know, you have, you know, massive invasion or whatever, you know, that would basically change the environment if you lost, or if you won, then it would pretty much stay well.
We do change the environment.
Right, but yeah, but that was.
But again, it's part of those larger cycles because we don't want to do something that's just going to happen once and nobody else is going to get a chance to have any cake.
But I mean, I guess I can see that, but it's always, for me, it's always been like, you know, this is a permanent change that people had an effect on. So,
Right.
yeah, well, other people won't be able to be part of that event again.
And yeah, and see, that's just it. They won't be able to run. But where you can see permanent change is in our dungeons,
Right.
in our instance areas, which can be tailored directly for you.
Okay, so there is some kind of stuff like that, but
in
not.
your home instance, if the orphanage burns down, it stays burned down.
Okay.
But that's in your personal instance. That's not in the greater explorable area.
So there's actually, you know, wide explorable areas versus the instances.
Oh, yeah.
Because the first one, I didn't get to play the first one as much as I would have liked, but from what I remember, it was like mostly only ran into people in town.
Yeah.
And that always kind of bugged me because it's like, what about the rest of this?
Well, basically, that's just it. We don't have GW1 was had the outpost,
Right.
where you ran into it, and once you got between the outposts, things got lonely fast.
Yeah.
Because we have this large explorable area,
Right.
you're going to be all encountering people all the time. What we had to solve in order to do that is how you interact with people, how do
like that a lot more because I play MMOs to play with people.
Yeah,
if I want to play a single player game, I go buy a single player game.
This encourages people to play together. Our
Right.
explorable areas have people who are off on their own and people who are part of a larger group
awesome.
where they're all armed with flamethrowers.
I've really been looking forward to this one. So
It's a good one.
I actually do have a quick lore question.
Okay.